We live in a truly monumental moment in time, ladies and gentlemen. A truly moment of true marvel, of proof of God, as far as that. Well, I didn't really need proof of God because, fuck it, I take a leap of faith with him. I'm like, yeah, screw it. I would rather take my chances and not pissing off the man upstairs on the off chance he's real. And also, yeah, he sounds okay. Anyway, in in a day and age where things normally just piss me off and leave me on the precipice of being, shall we say, well, I'll just use the clip.
Everything I'm watching at the minute, everything, I just want to fucking kill people. I just want to fucking go to Hollywood and start fucking going on a huge murder spree. I just want them out. I want them all fucking gone. I want the whole fucking. I'm gonna plant a fucking row of fucking explosives going from fucking the border of Canada all the way down the San Andreas Fault, and I'm gonna just fucking go boom. Fucking let that piece of the world just fuck off into the fucking Pacific and go.
However, we are not having one of those days with me. In fact, the fact when this news reached me, I think it was the day before I had to do my first real day of work, which I actually started recording after returning home from that, and all I can say is dear God, my legs and back. But when that news hit, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of funny, because now Cuckman, who has been in a narcissistic little delirium, who always was acting high and mighty and being a dipshit, and much like Ruin Johnson fancies himself in Artur, when I'm like, you ain't good enough to lick Scorsese's boots, motherfucker. Well, tragically, he finds himself in a very funny position.
What smells like deer?
And by unfortunately, no, I have no sympathy. I have less sympathy for this man than I do Mark Hamill. Let's put it that way. I have no sympathy for Mark Hamill. You could tell me tomorrow his house met the same fate as Alex, whatever the guy who was on Hawaii Five-O's house met. I would not only not feel bad for him, I would probably laugh inside. Granted, I'm dead inside anyway, so fuck it. Empathy is kind of hit and miss with me. But yeah, no, Neil Cuckman is a douchebag. He is a prick. He is a schlub, to use one of his people's words. Or I think he's Jewish, or Yiddish. He is a schmuck. Fuck him. He did what he did with The Last of Us Part 2, or what some douchebags like to actually say was Part 2. How anyone could see that as anything but a glorified fanfic is beyond me, because that's what it is. Cuckman has a habit of doing this, by the way, of fucking with things and tearing down male characters. Like, Joe wasn't the only one he did this to. He technically did this in Uncharted 4 with Nadine, who I wish shooting her had been an option. I really do. I wish there had been an option to not only shoot her, I wish there had been an option to cleanse her with holy fire. Like, I hated that bitch. I hated that character. Sort of. She wasn't as insufferable, but yeah, no, I make a habit of avoiding games with characters like that. Kind of like Abby, the Transformer, let's just say. Well, lesser Transformer, I guess. But yeah, no, he finds himself in this unenviable position, and I don't feel bad for him. I was not a Last of Us fan. I've said this in the past, I will say it again. I am not. I tried playing the game once, not long after it came out, and the only thing that happened was as soon as I was outside of Boston, I pulled that disc out of my PS3, put it away, and forgot about it. Which, honestly, if you ever needed proof that I don't always go with the grain, there's that. I was never in danger of giving a fuck about The Last of Us. I thought it was interesting, but it wasn't. It bored the shit out of me. But even then, I at least recognized why people liked it. Like, how you can see in the reasons people gave for why they liked Joel and Abby or not Abby, whatever Ellie in the game. Okay, awesome. Sounds cool. Then they fucked it up. They not only fucked it up. It's basically like, I imagine there's some guy. This is like a bit Andy Worski one time had back when I still watched him. When he's talking about a lawsuit against YouTube, he's like, I bet there's some rich, like, evil capitalist pig, some crony callous. They're smoking a cigar, going, they fucked it up. That feminist bitch fucked it up. That's how I look at Cuckman. I'm like, how do you fuck this up? Like, not even Kathleen Kennedy fucks things up this bad. Like, at least Kathleen Kennedy had to wait a few films to burn all the bridges and then piss on the ash of the bridges. Like, dear God, oh freaking mighty, I am almost impressed. Like, this is like, I can't even, no, I'm not even impressed. I am shocked. I am appalled. I am befuddled. Really befuddled. Bewildered. I am shocked and appalled, I suppose. I'm crestfallen, to borrow from an actor. So yeah, no, the fact that he has to admit that there probably isn't going to be a Last of Us, there might still be. You never know. It's kind of like with the Ruin Johnson's trilogy thing that he was promised. I heard people say, it's probably not happening, but never say never. Hollywood is a hive of scum, villainy, and stupid people. You know how I know this? Look at the corpos. These are the same breed of subhuman people who look like they have superfluous chromosomes or whatever, or less than the ones you would need to be functioning properly, who do dumb things like say, like, we want Exorcist 3 to be called Exorcist 3, and then when it bombs, they blame the director, who then says, well, we wanted to name it something else, but he insisted it be named Exorcist 3, or the dipshits who did the things they did to Crime Wave that nearly ruined Sam Raimi's career in his eyes. So yeah, never say never. He could still do this, because Neil Cuckman, I'm sorry, back to my man with Ruin Johnson, he could still get that in Hollywood. Just like in the video game industry is full of just as many retards now, could still give him the green light to do that. So, my point is never say never. It can still happen. I hope it doesn't. But then again, I now want everything to burn that is our modern entertainment and just start over. Because I used to like Naughty Dog. I did. I mean, for God's sake, this is the same company who made my favorite PS2 series. Jak and Daxter. And Jak 2. And Jak 3. And Jak X. And Daxter. And shame they didn't make anything after that, apparently. Except for some, like, knockoff PSP game that I have to assume was made in China. Yeah. I thought this was funny. I'm like, oh, this was like when I heard Red Letter Media had to admit they fucked up. When they were blowing smoke out their ass and throwing shade at everyone watching Star Wars and commenting on it, like, oh, that's a shame. So yeah, no, I feel no sympathy for Cuckman. I feel no sympathy for Naughty Dog. And again, I want it all to burn at this point because, like, I hate to sound like that little bitch Mother's Basement, but yeah, no. If anything, this is pure spite at this point. Because much like Winged Karibo, they will never learn their lesson until they lose everything. So yeah, fuck it. Let it burn. Burn, baby, burn. That's how I'm looking at this. Like, again, not a Last of Us fan, but after all the bullshit that dipshit pulled, fuck him. Fuck him. I actually know he probably would get off on that. Also, he has weird taste in women. Like people used to bitch about like how certain people, when they made stuff, they were injecting their fetishes into entertainment. Like, as opposed to what we get now. I mean, for God's sake, Wolfenstein 2, which was an abomination in my eyes, in hindsight, even though I liked the game. Story-wise, it was bullshit. It was TDS BS all the way through. You have a pregnant woman, I remember all my lollipop this, so, like, you could not look at this as anyone just using their own fetish for pregnant women killing people. I think Cuckman's doing that with ugly bitches, like with dykes. That's the only way I can look at this properly. Well, properly is probably being generous. But yeah, no. So, yeah, no, I think I've dragged this out long enough. Fuck it. I feel no sympathy for him. I am laughing. I hope and also I still take genuine joy at the clip of him going to some premiere and no one taking a picture. He ruined what was perhaps one of the most beloved characters in recent memory at the time, Joel, for nothing. And you can literally see him dying inside, and I love it. I fucking love it. Like, seriously, between this and Trash Taste having some shit thrown their way, I'm having to fight off a full body erection just hearing this news. Oh God, I'm happy. Actually, no, I take that back. No, Hassan getting shit, Destiny getting the shit he did last year, or I think it was last year. All that crap. Yeah, no, that is the perfect substitute. Like, forget Viagra, that does it. Like, I remember I was telling someone this, and they were like, "You're basically like Krieger." You're like, "Stop! I can only get so erect." There's something deeply wrong with me. There's something fucking wrong with me. But yeah, no. I thought this was funny. I make no apologies for laughing about it, and I wish Cuckman the worst. And when the chips are down and their backs are against the wall, I take great joy in knowing that these fuckers are probably... They're probably not pissing themselves, but they're at the very least inconvenienced, which, for me personally, is all I can hope for at this point. Kind of like with the education system, I take great joy whenever they are inconvenienced, because God only knows they have dumbed down children over the years to the point that modern television shows have the most condescending feel to them. Anyway, have a nice day, and Yema O'Head, and fuck Naughty Dog. Yeah, no, sorry. Fuck Neil Cuckman, and fuck Naughty Dog. Good day.